So Juice, Bronny James, 10 points, 6 minutes, goes off with a hip injury. I hope it's not serious. And I really want to talk about how confusing these California playoffs are. Sectionals, divisionals, CIF. I don't know what's going on. But Bronny James' hip injury looked like he was about to go off for maybe 25 to 30.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about 10 points in 6 minutes. Brown was in the building. It looked like he was playing with some intensity. What was your takeaways from just watching the Ballers Life highlights or whatever highlights you watched?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a couple videos as far as Bronny's performance. Like you said, 10 points in 6 minutes. Like, imagine what he would have did if he played that entire game. I feel like Bronny has not gone on to this crazy start in a long time. So this could have been one of those games where he ended up with 30 points. He finished with 10 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. I mean, this could have been a special game. It really sucks that he did have to go out. I did hear that LeBron was actually the reason why he stopped playing and he didn't come back. So that's kind of crazy to hear. I'm sure LeBron, with his injuries in the past, he didn't want Bronny to risk it. But I don't know. What you think?
I mean, 10 points in 6 minutes. It looked like he was about to get scary for a minute. That one finish he had with the right, do they still call it a jelly? Is that still what they calling it? Because that was very, very nice, man.
Yeah. Bronny, like I'm saying, bro, Bronny, like the development of how he's been playing, from his freshman year to now, like you can just see the confidence in the way he's playing, bro. Like he's the one bringing the ball up the court. He's the one making plays. I feel like before, like, as a freshman and as like a sophomore, I felt like he used to just like dribble the ball up the court and then just give it to Amari Bailey and like let him do. Nowadays, he's the one taking those threes. He's the one taking it to the basket, doing these crazy dunks, this, and that. So I'm personally liking what I'm seeing from Bronny. But yeah, that's my opinion, though.
I mean, just touching on that, I don't think a lot of people are giving him the credit that he deserves as far as the progression. I mean, he's not progression to some people's standards as far as, he's not averaging 20 plus points. But like you said, against Glenbard, when he hit those 3 threes in the first quarter, I think it was, and he hit a 3 and he turned around and looked at the bench, that to me signaled something coming alive inside this kid or this young man, because he's growing into a man at this point in his life. Yeah. But that signals something to me that he's starting to, that tiger inside of him is starting to wake up, man. And
confidence.
Like 3 years ago, he wasn't taking those shots, bro. He wasn't, and that's just the truth.
And I mean, and that's the thing, though. I feel like people got to realize the team that Bronny James is on. He's not on a vertical academy. He's not on a random high school that he's the only star player. Think about his team, who he's playing with. He's playing damn near everybody on his team is ranked. Amari Bailey, Shai Odom, Mike Price, Trenton Flowers, who just transferred in. They have a top 5 10th grader on their team. They have so many pieces. They have Ramel Lloyd, who's going to I believe he's going to Nebraska. Like, yes, they have so many ranked players on their team. So how can you expect Bronny to drop 20 points, 30 points a game? And as I was saying in the video I dropped earlier, it's like people got to realize, like, even whenever Bronny James came out that game, Sierra Canyon, in my opinion, they didn't look as crisp, bro. They didn't have a floor general that was setting up teammates, leading by example. Bronny is that piece. So as much as people want to say stuff about Bronny, this, and that, like, Bronny is a very, very important piece to that Sierra Canyon team.
Just speaking on that, do you think that you want to see Bronny with less superstar stardom around him next year, possibly? I mean, I do think next year is the year that we get to see what we all have been looking for. I think next year is the year that he averages around 20 points. I'm not going to say 20 points. I think so. I mean, he's already averaging 10 or 11 right now. So I think next year it jump up to maybe close to 20. I'm not saying 20, but I think close to 20. I think he gets the keys next year. I think next year he gets the keys.
I really don't think he's going to get the keys. In my personal opinion, I don't think anybody's going to get the keys. This year, even though it's supposed to be Amari Bailey, even then, some may argue that he may not even have the keys. Like, Sierra Canyon plays so much as a team to where I don't even think Amari Bailey is averaging 20 points.
He's not, but you could tell with Amari Bailey's swagger that it's his team this year. I think he walked
for sure.
On the court like, this is my team this year. Like, I'm talking about like that type of attitude on the court. Like, you could tell with Amari Bailey, like, this is I'm the head honcho. I'm a 5-star McDonald's All-American going to UCLA. This is my team this year.
No,
Not no cocky mode type stuff.
I agree, but I'm saying it's whenever I personally say keys, I mean the offense is running through him. I mean the offense is running through, BJ Boston or Zaire Williams when he was. Whenever I mean the keys, I mean the guy they're literally playing through. Sierra Canyon, they play as a team. They don't care who scores the ball, bro. They will move the ball until the best open shot. And I don't think Bronny's that type of player. I don't think he's a player that you can just give the ball to yet to just score every single time. Like, I think we can both agree Amari Bailey's still a better scorer than he is. So Bronny still has a way to go. He still has to take that next step to, be that scorer that we think he can be. If he was on his own team, if he wasn't on Sierra Canyon, yes, I do think he would average 20 plus. But solely on the fact with the play style, the coaching style with Sierra Canyon, I just don't see Bronny personally averaging, no more than like 15, in my opinion. But like I said, it's not his fault. It's just the situation that he's in and the team that he's on.
I think he's on the average over like around 17 points next year. Over 17 and around 17 and a half. You saying over or under?
I'll definitely say under because he's really an unselfish player too.
He is.
He's definitely trying to get his teammates involved, and he doesn't care to score
right
a lot of these points. He really doesn't. Like, I think Bronny is gonna go to the NBA. Like, I'm saying all this because I want to see him being that main person. I'm not saying I want to see him do this to see if he can get to the league. Bronny, to me, like personally, I think he's NBA, like he's gonna get to that NBA level no matter what, just because of the play style he is. He's used to being a role player, which people aren't able to smoothly transition to into the NBA. So you can put Bronny in so many different scenarios. You can have him as your defensive stopper. You can have him as a guy who just comes in there for energy. You can have him as your floor general. There's so many different roles that Bronny can play. And the most important part is the fact that Bronny he's willing to do that. Not a lot of guys are willing to do that. Like, can you imagine Amari Bailey being a six man on a team? Like, can you seriously ask? You can?
Yes, I can.
You think Amari Bailey right now would be okay coming off Sierra Canyon? Like off the bench?
No, not high school. Hell no.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, at the next level, yeah. I mean, but
that's the point I'm trying to make. We don't know on the next level, but I'm saying Bronny right now, he doesn't care who he's playing with, bro. I think he's willing to come off the bench if that means the overall team is gonna play better, and that's why I feel like Bronny's eventually gonna get to the NBA. It's a good point.
His 3-point shot is beautiful, ain't it?
Yeah, he's the best shooter in the James family for sure, bro.
Oh yeah, without a doubt,
People say it's Bryce. Some people say LeBron, but Bronny is really good. Like, I used to think he was overrated for sure. Like, not saying he was a bad player, but I'm saying overrated as far as like people were saying he was top 5, top 10. Like, no, like he's never that guy. But like, his game is getting a lot better, bro. Like, you can just see the way he glides in the air, the passes that he makes, like his IQ. Like, you can tell that is LeBron James' son, dude.
Do you think he'll be a 3-and-D guy in the league, like a 3-point shot?
That's what I'm saying. I really don't know what type of player he's gonna be. Like, I don't even know like a comparison at the moment, like off the top of my head, to compare Bronny to. I mean, I honestly have no idea because like we really don't know the true player that Bronny is. We don't know if he can be that 20 a night scorer. We don't know if he can be at 25 a night scorer. We kind of just make these like, we wish he can do this, but it's like he hasn't done it, so we don't know yet,
And that's why I'm saying I think next year is the year that we see a step above this year. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right.
I mean, I hope. Like I said, I hope, but
I'm just happy with the progression that we've seen over the past 4 years, from 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and then this summer, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see another progression going into the summer.
Exactly. I mean, we're gonna be at some of these tournaments, coming up here in the summer. So I'm honestly excited to see Bronny. We definitely need that Mikey versus Bronny matchup. Bronny, he did get crossed up by DJ Wagner. I don't care what nobody says. He got his ankles broke. So shout out to DJ Wagner, #1 player in the country.
Not according to Rivals.